Hi. I was working the primary yesterday, and I was inappropriately touched by the AD monitor. And this person then lied about his behavior to someone else who's a local person, who's, I guess, a local politician. I'm not quite sure who she is. I've never seen her before, but apparently she's active locally politically. And he came to the poll site with her in the afternoon, and there were a number of things that happened, and one of them was that he touched me inappropriately, and then denied it and lied to the woman who was the politician, whose name I do not know. I also do not know his name. And then, after he did that, he loudly proclaimed that he would make sure I would not be paid for the work I did at the poll site, which, by the way, entails I had to get up at 3 a.m. and be at the poll site at 5. And we didn't get out of there until after 10 p.m. That was yesterday. So the specifics of what happened are that I was doing my job as I had promised to do, but that doesn't count, because what I'm good for is getting touched inappropriately and being treated like someone's little pretty toy. That's what I'm good for. And however, other incredibly incompetent, ill-kempt, unfit people, completely unprofessional people, also work at the poll site and do things like snore in the middle of the room in a chair, slumped over in a chair. Yes, I said that. Yes, that happened, and I have video of it. So, for example, one person yesterday was sitting in a chair in the middle of the goddamned room, snoring out loud, while the rest of us sat there, and that was supposed to be acceptable. But I get to get touched inappropriately and then called a liar and a troublemaker, and threatened with the money that I worked hard, the slave money that we get for this shit. That's going to get taken away from me, because I didn't go along with this pig's version of how things should be in his world, which is that I'm good for a grope. Not only that, not only was there more than one person who fell into snoring in a chair at the location. Yes, more than one person. Not only that, there was an individual who took some time to lounge on 2 chairs, while the rest of us were at attention, focusing on the work we had to do at the poll site and being available to the voter to come and place their votes for the primary. But that's not okay. That's okay. But I'm not okay for absolutely objecting to being touched inappropriately. So the specifics of what happened are even worse. This person, this monitor, I've never seen the man in my life, never dealt with him. He didn't hire me. He has nothing to do with my work there, yet he claimed to have some kind of fucking authority over me. He shows up with this local politician and proceeds to, I happen to be working on the scanner machine. The scanner is the thing that people, once they have filled in their ballot, then they cast their ballot in the scanner. They put it into the scanner, it reads it, it goes, you voted, great, go home, have a nice day. So, I'm working the scanner. That means I'm helping people make sure their vote gets successfully cast. And sometimes, paper doesn't get, spits the paper out, whatever. I help people. I make sure it gets done. And so in the scanner machine, below the scanner machine, is something called the emergency ballot box or thing, doorway, whatever. It's for if something happens and an emergency ballot needs to be cast into the machine. That if it can't be cast normally, then you stick it in the emergency ballot thing, okay? And it was opened, which it's for emergency ballots if needed. So if it's closed, how does that make sense? How the fuck does that make sense? Okay, so this is the point. That's why I'm saying there's a point. This fucker shows up with the local politician, and he goes and he's walking around. First thing he does is do the handshake. So I very politely and very professionally has hello, yes, hello, nice to meet you. Hello, I'm Eva. He gives his name. I totally forgot his name because of everything else that happened, which happened rather quickly. So he goes and he's throwing his weight around, and so he starts with the handshake, but then he's immediately Mr. Big Shot, throwing his weight around, acting like a real mini fucking Trump. So he goes walking around and he's doing whatever he's doing. And then he comes and he checks after he's done whatever else he checked, whatever he was doing. He comes and he looks at the scanner machines. They check the numbers. They look at how many people voted, whatever. And then he sticks his hand and he checks the opening for the emergency ballot thing. And he goes, that's supposed to be closed. I want that closed right now. And first he says, that's supposed to be closed. So he's already starting with he's already been throwing his weight around, acting like Mr. Big Motherfucker. And now he comes and he's talking like this to me. I've never seen the man in my life other than a handshake 5 minutes ago. 6 minutes, whatever. Okay? I don't know who the fuck you are. And you're nobody, motherfucker. So anyway, he comes, that has to be closed. So I look at him and common sense, that's the emergency, it's needed for emergency ballots. It's supposed to be closed! I want it closed now! I want it closed all day! This is how he talks to me. I'm saying, it's the emergency ballot. Why are you saying that? Why do you want it closed? It's for emergency ballots when necessary if needed. I want tape on it! Wait, put tape on it! Right now! I want it closed all day! So, this fucker is acting like this, and I'm looking at him, and I don't have tape. And I don't understand why he's fucking acting like this to me. I don't understand where the fuck he gets the right to walk around and act like this. And fucking beat me over the head. Who the fuck are you? So he walks away. And I really am amazed at this fucking aggressive bullshit. Who the fuck is this guy? So I immediately went, not amazed, but he does this and then he walks away after making this, decree. Get your fucking ass, put the tape on it. I don't have tape. Okay, so he walks away. So I walk over to the coordinator of the poll site, who's supposed to be somebody who's a responsible authority to deal with things just like this. And I go to her and I ask her, I'm like, quietly, he can't hear me. I'm trying to be discreet after his abominable behavior. And I ask her, what is going on with it? Why is he doing this? He's talking to me like this. What? She does not a fucking thing. She fucking sits on her fat ass, doing absolutely nothing. She doesn't fucking defend me. She doesn't fucking try to do fuck. That fat bitch. And there's a reason why I'm calling her a fat bitch, because it gets worse. That bitch threw me under the bus. So this guy, while I'm talking with her, then I hear tape tearing. Apparently he went and got tape. He's putting tape on it. Well, I didn't object. I didn't say anything else to him. I didn't say another fucking word to this guy. He pulled his stunt. I didn't say a goddamn word. Other than what I've already relayed. So then I go back. Now, she's doing not a fucking thing. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I go back to my spot. I'm standing there. I'm waiting for the next voter. I don't know what the fuck. Fuck this shit. Whatever. This guy's out of his fucking mind. That's what I'm thinking. This guy's a motherfucker. Please, I hope you leave soon. And let me just focus on, okay, well, the next voter's gonna come and they're gonna need to so I'll just do that. And fuck, I don't give a fuck about his fucking tape or anything else. I'm not gonna touch his fucking tape, and I don't give a shit about him. This fucking bully motherfucker. So the next thing that happens is he puts his arm around, I'm standing with my back, I don't know this is happening until it happens. He puts his arm around me and then slides it across my back like some fucking, you fucking molester motherfucker. And he comes around and let me explain something to you. Oh, I see, so you're mansplaining to me now? Are you gonna pinch my cheek as well and chuck my chin and tell me, oh, now you need to calm down and listen to Daddy me? Is that what we're doing here? Yes, that's what we're doing. So he puts his arm around me. I'm fucking, what the fuck are you doing touching me? I don't say anything because I can't believe that this just happened. I can't believe he just spoke to me like that 2 minutes ago, and now I can't believe he's coming up on me, putting his hands on me. I don't know this fucking man. Who the fuck do you think you are? And he puts his hand on, let me explain something to you. And I'm looking at him like, are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Are you doing this to me now? And he is. And he starts talking. And he's talking about the fucking door. And I keep saying over and over, but it's for emergency ballots. Why would you want it closed? And he keeps talking. And I say, but it's emergency ballots. Why would you want it closed? And then he goes, shh, to me. So he just fucking physically touched me in a way that he has no fucking right to do. So it's almost assault. And the only reason I'm not calling it assault is because he didn't fucking knock my ass over, okay? But it's almost fucking assault. Because he touched me, and he has no goddamn right to fucking touch me, and don't fucking touch me. I don't know you. This man sliding his hand across my back. Who the fuck do you think you are? I'm not your fucking toy. I've been through this. I didn't think it was going to happen at the fucking poll site for the Democratic primary. So he does this. And then I'm saying, what if it's for emergency ballots? Why, it's for emergency ballots. That's all I'm saying. And he goes, shh. And at that point, I'm like, you are not speaking to me like that. And I walk out the room. And I go, and it's in the library. So there's a space in the library across the furthest point in the library away from that room, and I go and I'm standing behind a bookcase, and I'm waiting and I'm thinking, just fucking leave. I'm not interested in a conflict with you, you fucking piece of shit. You just violated me, and I fucking have had it. Okay, this day has turned into a fucking horror show thanks to this motherfucker who thought he had a right to touch me. He decided he had a right to fucking touch me. And whatever he thinks he is. He thinks he's all that and a bag of chips. So I'm waiting by the bookcase, praying for them to just leave. And they don't. And then they're not leaving. So I peek around to have a look to see maybe have they left yet. Can I just go back in the room and continue my day of work? And no, he sticks himself out the door and he's waving me over. And I'm like, no, I'm not fucking going near you. So I'm standing there. So then one of my coworkers comes after a few minutes. I'm standing there and I really don't know what to do, and I can't believe this is happening. I cannot believe this is happening. And she comes up and she says, she's the only person who gives a shit, and she's the only person who's got a fucking brain, and there's another person who was nice there too, but anyway, she's the only one that saw what happened, and she's the only one that's got a fucking normal setup in herself. So she comes to me and she's like, I saw what happened. It was totally fucked up. I even spoke to him. He goes, I touched her inappropriately. And she's, yes, how could you not know this? So she saw the whole thing. She knows it's totally fucking wrong. Okay. She goes back. She apparently kind of sort of knows this person, or she lives in the building of the political woman. So she goes back and she talks to the political person. And then the political woman person comes to the bookcase. But now that motherfucker's right behind her, fucking saying I'm a liar. And the minute she comes to talk, and I see her first, and I'm ready to listen to her, but then he shows up, and I'm like, oh no. He gets the fuck away from me. I'm not going anywhere near where he is. And I go walking away. And he follows me into the middle of the library with her. And he starts yelling, I'm docking your pay. You had your chance. I'm docking your pay. You're not going to get paid today, and you're going to get written up. And I'm your fucking AD monitor. I'm thinking, excuse me? I don't know who the fuck you are. You are nobody to me. I never met you in my life. And written up? You're writing me up for what? Exactly what were you imagining you were writing me up for? I don't fucking work for you. And he keeps saying it over and over and over again. I'm walking away from him in the library now. I'm walking back into the Pulse site room to get the fuck away from this fucking abomination. And he's still yelling, and I'm talking back, and of course, everybody's calling me the troublemaker. I go back into the room. I can't believe what's happening now. He's promised that I'm not being paid. So I'm like, okay, well, fuck this shit. I'm leaving. So I start to gather my things, and I walk outside. And as I'm walking outside, the one woman who was really nice, and then another woman who was nice and didn't see what happened, but she was being nice in the situation, has walked. The two of them have gone and spoken. I guess they went outside and spoke with the politician person, who has now since left. She and this motherfucker have finally left. And as I'm leaving, they're walking into the building, and they say to me, no, she said there's no way, blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't believe that. Because the next thing that happens is I go back into the room thinking, this is a fucking horror show, but here I am, and I'm going to try to finish this day. I don't know. Okay. And then the coordinator comes and asks to talk to me. She takes me outside. We talk. She fucking denies everything. I tell her, this is what happened. She goes, he didn't touch you, bitch. He didn't do anything. And then this fat motherfucking bitch, this fat cunt, she threw me under the bus. And she goes, well, you're getting written up. I don't know. I mean, if you want to leave now, I'll just dock you for the rest of the day. And if you want to stay, you can stay. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing. Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't forget. So after that happens, and we have that horrific discussion, and I realize I've just been fucking handed to the fucking wolves permanently, I tell her, well, okay, so I don't tell her anything at that point. She goes back into the room, and I go outside. It's literally, I don't know what to do. I don't know how. What am I have no one who will defend me. The one person who's supposed to defend me has thrown me under the bus, and she's a woman. So I'm standing outside in front of the library like this. Literally, I swear I'm about to fucking just fall into a pile of snot of tears. I don't know what to do. I have no one. The one woman who's really sweet, there's only so much she can do. She can't make this coordinator do the right thing, and she's got no power. And I'm standing there, and some other woman I've never seen before in my life calls out to me, don't let them bother you. And I'm like, what? Huh? How do you... So she I said, I'm like, what, how could you possibly even have an opinion on this? You weren't there, you don't know what happened. What, huh? What? And I'm in so much pain and in agony, and I'm standing there. And I gotta make this quick because I'm almost running out of time. She insists that she's gonna go talk to whoever it was that upset me, right? So she goes, what's her name? I said, I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea.